catch it with my, try to catch it with my, catch it with my. This surely was a good sign, despite of everything I saw. It's slowing down time, changing all the laws. Try to catch it with my hands, so that I can take it home. Hoping I can keep it when I'm there, when you go. Try to catch it with my, catch it with my, try to catch it with my. Sometimes fast and sometimes slow, they are falling to the ground. Dance around circles, and I catch them with my mouth. It softens all the noises, it softens all the things. Everything is wild. So I catch you with my hand, try to hold and make it stay. In the end it melts away. Try to catch it with my, so I catch it with my hand, try to hold and make it stay. In the end it melts away.
Hey, what's up, people? What's up? How you doing? Let me get off cam. My hair is kind of crappy. But what's up? What's going on? A lot to talk about, right? I don't know. Where do I even start? I can start at, we can talk about the interview. DLF is releasing a Christmas album, and yes, the first single that just dropped is awesome. All right, we might talk about that, but we're gonna talk about something else. All right, so Chantel did an interview with DC and Eggs on DC's channel, of course, and I want to talk about what do you guys think. Um, and I want some fair opinions here, people, because I didn't have a problem with the interview. Like, what was wrong with it? Chantel wants to change, and I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. And if she says she wants to change, then and she's trying her best, then why not? Why not? I don't know. give her the benefit of the doubt that she wants to change until we see otherwise. Hey, Lurking Kitty, what's up? Nicole E, how you doing? Jen Puff, Anonymous, Gemini, Edna, Jack T, Deb F, Lindsay. What's going on, Maria? One Small Moose, Mary, Edna, Nicole E, and everybody else. Hey, Blue Eyes, what's up? Auroras, and a fish, Jen Puff, Sarili, Nicole E again, Gemini. Thank you for joining me. Smash that like button. Tell me what's up. What's going on with y'all? So, if you want to give your opinion on what's going on, I also got to talk about the situation that happened tonight. Yaba threatening Negs's grandmother. I can't believe it. I heard it with my own ears. Like, really? I can't believe that happened. Saying that DC is a drug mule. I can't believe that I heard that with my own ears. Like, what the hell's that? What's going on with that? Gemini says, your title is the first I heard of an interview, so I cannot make any comment and they'll see and hear her. Okay. All right. People tell you what you want to hear. Okay. I guess that's your opinion. I was surprised how easily Foodie Beauty fooled everyone. How did Foodie Beauty fool everyone? Please tell me. Because I'd like to know, how was she fooling everyone? What is she exactly supposed to do to show you that she's not fooling you? I think time is a factor here, and time will tell. What's the insider information? What did she say? She Yaba did a stream that's now private. Let me put it up. I'll show it to you. Where she not only threatened Negs's grandmother, but also said that DC Media Girl is a drug mule. So here we go. So this is the private video here. I'm gonna share it right now because this is disgusting behavior. You don't do stuff like this. Because this is what, twice in a week that she's threatened DC. First to beat her up, and now this. So this is the video. It's been private that she did a stream, and the colors, the true colors are showing because a lot of people are becoming aware because this is not right. Lurking Kitty says she went on a mental breakdown rage live. Vanessa, what's up? How you doing? And yeah, if you didn't see the stream, well, you missed it. It's private, but Negs's stream, he has some of it where she was, would you call that a rage? I don't know, you tell me. Hey, MJ, what's up? All right, she could lay off Natter for one thing. Okay, I guess she a couple weeks ago went into Natter's stream and started talking a lot of stuff. Yeah, I can totally understand that made her seem like she hasn't changed at all. True. Other than that, though, is her speaking about Natter not a change? Because if Natter keeps bringing her up and posting what is clipped out images of rather racy stuff, would you respond if somebody keeps posting racy images of you on their as part of their thumbnail? Wouldn't you kind of get upset? Wouldn't you speak about it? Maybe say you want to do something about that because they're consistently doing it to you? Think about that one for a second. Floydea, what's up? How you doing? How are ya? Hopefully you're good. Hey, once again, if you want to come up on panel, come on up. Just message me on Twitter or Instagram. I'm gonna do it like that. Other than that, I'm gonna continue. Jansry says, to be honest, she has said and done much worse than Natter. Okay, let's talk about that then. So if you feel she has done and said more worse than Natter, what about if she said, hey, I want to change. I've said and done a lot of things, and I am changing right now. Wouldn't that still be a change for the better? Hasn't she tried to change for the better? Is she drinking alcohol? Is she taking the green? Is she on any substances? I don't believe so. Not that I can confirm, but the whole legalities issue in Kuwait that you're not supposed to have alcohol, you're not supposed to have the green, because then you could be jailed and it's rather serious. So, give the benefit of the doubt. I mean, for me, the interview was pretty fair. Like, they didn't really ask the hard reaching questions, as in, the way how you approach an interview could be, some people like to press others in an interview, other people will just have a conversation. And as DC just said on her stream, she was just having a conversation about somebody who's trying to change. Now, there's going to be a lot of people who are like, no, we don't want the change. We like Foodie Beauty the way she is or the way she was, because then we could stream about it. And I get that. That's some people. This is their income, streaming about Foodie Beauty each and every single day, making videos and whatnot. It was a moneymaker, especially a year ago. A lot of people were making a lot of money on Foodie Beauty with just streaming about her and the nonsense, the CPAP rescue, and everything else. Blue Eye says she's criticized for anything she does, good and bad. Mm-hmm. If she tries to do good, some people criticize her, but like, hey, why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing that? If she does bad, she's criticized to do good. Some people just, use her for content, like I just say. And I mean, I'm not above reproach here. Like, I was streaming Foodie Beauty a lot of times, still do. So, there's that. But I have other content in other, I do different things. So if Foodie Beauty makes the change for the better, just how I feel like Sagittarius made a change for the better, then that's good on them. Cause I used to mainly do Sagittarius Shawty, right? You guys remember that? I just used to do Saji over videos every day, but then she, got off the booze and everything else, straightened out her life, and is doing a lot better. Jan's view says, changed or not, you cannot just ignore what she has shown in the past. Well, you gotta take the past into factor, but there's a lot of people who have come really far. A lot of people who are now have very, very checkered pasts that are now men of the cloth and whatnot. A lot of the other people that have done a lot of gruesome things, but they've turned their life around. I used to know this one gentleman. He used to be in jail, in and out of jail, in and out of jail. And then just one day he decided, hey, I don't want to do this anymore, and I'm going to change my life for the better. And now he used to help, troubled teens come up and whatnot. How has she changed in the past few weeks? Ask Jen's views. Well, when does the change start? The change starts one day, right? The change starts 1 month. You get up a day in that month and say, hey, I want to change. And then that's when it starts. When does the change start? Is it the entire month? Is it a week? Is it a day? Is it an hour? Is it like a specific second when your mindset is, I am sick of this and I don't want to do it anymore? So you could say, yeah, she's changed in the past few weeks. Maybe one day she was like, yo, hey, I'm gonna get up and am I okay? Melanie says, is like, what is this, Monty? What is this? Are you okay? Mary says she was shit talking FFG yesterday. Does that show change? Well, that's really up to you. Some people could say she's defending herself. Other people could be like, no, she hasn't changed at all. I'm not saying one thing is or isn't another. I'm just, opening up conversation here. So if you want to come up and give me your piece, then sure, why not? Don't take this as me saying one thing. I'm just saying that it's possible. Ziggy says she's too reactive, in my opinion. Blue Eye says people should be able to make changes and deserve the benefit of the doubt. Yeah, I could totally understand that as well. All right. No, nobody has messaged me yet that wants to come up. Let me check in here. Okay, we got Edna here. All right, we got Edna. Edna's gonna come up. Let me give you the link. We can talk about this. All right, done and done. Lizzie and Mimi says FFG and Yeb are on the same boat with FB. She has to do it daily to change. Yeah, well, some of us stumble. before we actually, finish changing. Well, we'll see. We'll see. For me, it's like I said, time will tell. Time is a factor. If Foodie wants to change, she has to make the change for herself. So whether or not she changes, it's really her responsibility, and it's up on her. And I say anything can happen at any moment. So I'm not trying to be one way or another. I'm just, putting points out there. Hey, Edna, I'm gonna add you right now. What's up?
Hello, how are you?
I'm good.
Good. Hi, everyone in chat. How are we doing? So, I definitely have some thoughts about this today.
Okay.
When it comes to foodie beauty, okay, well, first, okay, so very first thing is the end of the year, and it always puts me in like a reflection mood for the new year, my goals and everything, the resolutions, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now I've been reading this book called Atomic Habits by James Clear, and it's more about building systems rather than goals.
Okay.
Because when it comes to like goals and resolutions, that's more of a like a finite thing, like a start point and end point. You know, I don't know, the way I think of it, life is ongoing, right? Like the finality, like the finite of life is death. So I'm switching my view of goals and resolutions to systems and habits. And with reading this book, it starts with like just a 1% change, right? Every day you do 1%, you get 1% better. By the end of the year, you're like exponentially better than you started.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, when you start those changes, you can't really tell, right?
Yeah.
It's so small. But by the end, you're a completely different person. And I think it's only been 7 weeks, right? I've been
Yeah.
watching her for about 7 months, or watching her through you for about 7 months more intensely. I think we might just be too close to the beginning. We
Okay.
might
All
not
right.
see the changes. Yeah.
So you're saying that she is changing, or you're not really sure yet?
No, I think she's changing. I mean, clearly she's changing. She's not, on screen as much as she was. She's not like zonked out her mind. I mean, to a new
Okay.
country across the world. These are big, big changes.
All right. Okay. I mean,
Yeah.
that works.
Yep.
Yeah, changes do take time.
Mhm.
One thing I want to bring up. Okay, so there was I was watching the Yo Mama stream, and there was this instance he talked. He said, "How is she at a mosque when she hasn't taken the shahada yet?"
Shahada.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So.
and I've been thinking about that as well. And I was raised Southern Baptist, and we have something very similar to a Shahada. I like officially gave my life to Christ at 5 years old.
Mhm.
But I learned about it like within my faith and everything that like they made sure that I felt like, it was appropriate and it was, and you know, that's just how I take it. Now of course I wasn't the person I was at 5 that I am now at 35, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's when I started.
Okay. I want to address the thing of her being in the mosque. Okay, because
Mhm.
your mama was saying, hey, she's Christian. She went in there. She prayed. Isn't that already a conversion? Along those lines, right? And I wanted to explain something to people. When I was hearing this, I'm like, um, first off, you do know that it's the same God, right? Like, Allah,
Right.
it's the same God. It's the same God. That's why um, Christianity, Judaism, and Sabians are called people of the book. There and
Mhm.
Muslims as well, because it's the same God. So the Quran actually tells or makes allowances for Muslim men to marry women of the people of the book, which are usually Jews, Christians, and Sabians. So
All
just
right.
an
That's something
FYI
new
for
for
people.
me. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I didn't know
if you
that.
didn't know that, so essentially, did she do
Is that the
anything
exclusive drops? Boom, boom. Oh,
out
sorry,
of
hold
the
on, I'm being silly.
ordinary? No, she didn't, because it's the same God. So she just prayed to the same God she would pray to, because she's Christian. Okay, let me share. I'm gonna
Right.
share my screen. So here we go. So here's what it says right there. In general, the Quran tells Muslim not to marry non-Muslim women, and it tells Muslim women not to marry non-Muslim men, but it makes an allowance for Muslim men to marry women of the people of the book. This is what I'm talking about. She is
Mm-hmm.
part of the people of the book because she's a Christian, along with Jews and Sabians. Yes, exactly. Abrahamic religions. So just
Yes.
an
Mm-hmm.
FYI, because I'm like, what is? It's the same God, bro. She's in here praying to the same God. So like, what is the problem?
The
Exactly.
problem is, Monty, she wasn't praying to God before.
Okay. Well, you know what? I didn't see a problem with her being in the mosque, but yeah, if she isn't praying to this, at least she's making that change for the better. If she wants
Mm-hmm.
to, hold on to a faith, Christian or Muslim or otherwise, that is her, and she has the right to do that.
Right. Absolutely. And someone made a good point that the way they pray is kind of reminiscent of yoga. So it's exercise as well for her.
Hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Sooner or later, she
Hmm.
won't have to blur the booty meat.
Right.
Yeah. No more blurring of the booty meat.
Right. You're not going to get me singing on here. I'll tell you that.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. So,
So we want to get into chat.
what do you mean?
Like, do you want to read the people's comments?
I've been reading them as we go along.
Oh, okay. Monty, I'm
Hmm.
focused on breathing. I can't.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll
It's
keep
nerve
reading
wracking
them.
being up here. Okay, okay.
I'll keep reading them. But yeah, I just wanted to bring that point. Like I said, other than that, what else is there? The interview. Still, I still
Okay,
find
so
it
I
very.
didn't see the yeah, I
You
didn't
didn't
get
see
to
it?
see the interview. I saw her like hi, I think the prep for the interview with you, um, that you were reviewing, but so I could imagine where she was going with that, but I didn't hear the questions or anything.
Okay, I see. Well, you know what? It wasn't as DC just said. I was listening to some of her stream before I had to do mine. That they were just having a conversation. I mean, I can totally understand that because a lot of people, whenever they see Foodie Beauty go up for an interview, they want to have her pressed, right? Like I remember,
Right.
this past summer she was doing the whole real drama star stuff. And the first time, CJ didn't really, do his research and due diligence, and if she was not answering certain type of questions, then I think it kind of happened the second time, but after the third time or whatnot, it was different. But then
Okay.
again,
So how was it different? Like everybody was kind of tuned in to how she is or
he was learning more, I would say. Hey, Becca. He was learning more about her because it takes a lot to digest Foodie Beauty, especially if she's doing hours of streaming a day as
yes,
she
I
was
know.
before. So, like, say you said you've been in the Foodieverse for what, 7 months?
Well, yes, pretty much, more or
Yeah.
less.
So
Like
you know what
I've
I
been
mean, right?
of
So
yeah,
yeah,
I
we
know
gotta.
of her because I've been watching ALR. So you know how the algorithm works. You'll get like certain things recommended to you.
Hmm.
So, I probably checked in here and there, but I haven't been this focused with foodies ever. So 7 months is about it.
Right. Okay, so you know what I'm talking about with the hours of streaming. But
Yes.
the other thing that they brought up is the point of people have this expectation of Foodie Beauty being open to anything and everything. Now we've always had that expectation because she's always been open to everything and everything, would see everything, would hear everything, because she just would
Mm-hmm.
be streaming all day. Now she's becoming more private.
Right.
So should we have an expectation of somebody to constantly be open up their private matters to us? No, because I there's certain things I
Absolutely
wouldn't
not.
want people to know about me in terms of just like every and it's nothing negative. It's just like I don't want people to be all up in my business, just like how you wouldn't want somebody to be all up in your business.
Monty, I was shook when I Googled my first and last name. I I was like, I don't know how anybody does it because so much information comes up. Family
Hmm.
members I don't even talk to, like people can really get in your business. So I completely understand Like, I don't even she w- was at the point that she was, where she was so open. I mean, we know way too much about everybody in this universe. Like, it's just it blows my mind when I think about like how often they washed their sheets, when their car was turned over. I mean, when they went grocery shop, like,
Yeah,
and it's almost like, girl, we're your best friends. Like, you're our friend in our head, or our whatever in our head, because we know so much about you. And that's only her fault, right? The only way she can change that is to stop telling us, stop showing us everything.
exactly,
And
and
it's,
that's what she's trying
yeah,
to do.
that's what she's trying to do. I mean, I don't blame her. I don't, anything. I take the content as she gives it, right? So
Mhm,
my critique would be over like, ma'am, just be more sensitive. Like that museum vlog, the added gun sound was just way, way over the top. It's just she needs to turn it down. She needs to proceed with caution,
mhm.
in
Well,
this
I
new
did.
era of her life.
Yeah, I did say the gun sounds weren't needed because we already have an
Hmm.
understanding of where she was at. So Beaker says she'll be back drunk rage in a couple months. You know what? I hope and wish the best for her. I don't want her to be back drunk raging in a couple months. That's just detrimental to your health, especially when you have that much weight. Because we're hearing
Yes.
stuff about, like Tammy Slayton only has like a few years to live. Why is that? Because of
Hmm.
her weight. Like Foodie has a lot of weight on her, and she, in all honesty, I don't expect her to, if she still has the same weight, and if she comes back home and he's drinking and doing the green, I don't expect her to live past 10 plus years. And that's just me being
Yep.
honest. So I do wish her the best. I hopefully she turns a new leaf, she gets better, she gets healthy, and she moves on with her life.
Exactly. And I think that might even be generous. I saw a woman who was like her late, well, yeah, her late 30s, who was, overweight, like around Foodie's weight and stuff. That was like I was nowhere near Foodie's weight, but that's one of the reasons that really jump started like my mindset on health and switching it was the panini. It's like
Hmm.
it was scary to me to like one of the first deaths in my city was a girl who looked just like me. So I was, same kind of comorbidities and everything. And so I don't understand how she doesn't see her weight as a priority in her life. Like, I understand that she wants to be partner and she wants a family and all that kind of stuff. But what's the point of a family if you're not here? you know?
Yeah, exactly. So I want her to lose weight. In all honesty, in my personal opinion, I don't believe she is losing weight. In fact, I think in Kuwait, if she's going to free swala, or is it, yeah, free swala, right? Or is it free swale? No, swala, free swala. And it's
I have no idea what you're
constantly
talking about. What is that?
okay. It's this restaurant. You know the first video she did at a restaurant. It was called
Yes.
free swala. Okay, I'll put it up on my
Oh,
screen.
okay.
They keep
Yes,
ordering
we need
from
a
there.
virtual tour, Monty. Take us there.
Yeah, remember, it's the one with the big truck at the front.
No, I'm joking. I remember the
You
red truck.
remember now? Okay, then why you letting me like
I'm,
do this?
I know. I'm
Messing with
just
me.
I know, because I'm nervous. Okay, I'm just kidding. No, I remember the truck because it reminded me of a deja vu moment I had walking, because you were like, yeah, it's a truck.
Yeah.
But when she pointed out that truck, I was kind of like, oh, that is a cool truck. I'm glad she pointed it out. But
Yeah, and she pointed at the truck at the back, at the front of the restaurant. So she orders
right.
from there a lot, right? And in all
Hmm.
honesty, once again, my opinion, I think she's gaining weight. I don't think she's losing weight,
I
especially if
mean, we
she's
can
making
see about
Hardee's or
losing any
whatever.
weight. Yeah. But
Hmm.
her concept of where she is weight wise, I think is way off. Like 400 pounds, that's like 5x, 6x. Like you are super really obese. That's not the same as plus size 2, 3x. You know what I mean? I just, she doesn't get it. Like like from a weight standpoint alone, I'm like, girl, what are you doing? You need to be on a diet. Like you mukbang what? Who? Like I don't want to see you eating any Hardee's or whatever. Like, mm-mm.
Hmm.
That's
Yes.
that's
So I
the kind of change. Yeah. So when you talk about is she changing, I think she, in some aspects, but I would say like her focus is still off. Her priorities are still off.
Her priorities are still off. Yeah, you could say that her priorities are still off. But like I said,
Hmm.
change, like you said, change doesn't happen overnight.
Yeah.
So you keep changing and you keep attacking one issue after the other and whatnot.
But she's
And
talking about she's losing weight, and she had because it wasn't today the Hardy's mukbang.
yeah, she was eating the Hardee's today.
Monty, Hardy's is not a health food.
It's not, because at first she was saying how she was eating a lot healthy, and then all of a sudden we started having the McDonald's and the Burger King and the KFC and the
I mean, was it
Hardee's.
fresh?
Of
Was it
course,
mint?
it was
Oh, okay.
fresh.
Well, I guess maybe it was fresh. It's Kuwaiti Hardee's, so who knows?
Okay, it's fresh. All right, Mary's saying she hasn't even FaceTime Peetz to see how he's doing. All we are saying, she's changed. Her best friend, she hasn't checked on him in a month. How does that show any change?
Hmm.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that she should be doing. I mean, I could do a vote right now. Has Foodie Beauty changed? Most of you probably will say no. Some of you'll say yes. But
Yeah,
like I
let's
always
see.
say, time will tell.
Not true.
Jessica says this is a cycle in another country. Okay, I think a lot of people would agree with you, Jessica. So let's see what happens when she comes home at the end of January. Will she sustain the change? I'm still surprised what happened in October, that she kept off, the internet for days and days on end when she was on live streams hours and hours on end every single day. So that was already impressive, that she was doing videos and then wouldn't see her for 1, 2, 3 days. Then she'd do another video. I'm like, wow, okay. I mean,
That's
this is
true.
very unexpected. India Khan says she said she gets up in the middle of the night to eat. Does he have? I don't even know how to answer this. I don't
Spicy time.
know what they do, in their relationship. That's on them.
The marital bed is undefiled, right?
Uh, I can't speculate on her
No
sex life.
comment.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm just
saying nothing. Um, I mean, I personally don't think that they have. I'll stand on that. I mean,
okay.
what do I know? But
Hmm.
the way that they interact, they don't seem like they've been intimate. The way he touched her cheek, oh, it was so cringe. And the way they hold hands, it's not loving, it's not like affectionate.
Yeah, a lot of people, he seems like he's not a person that expresses affection, or maybe there just isn't any. I don't really know. I'm not there when the cameras are not rolling.
I'm
But what I
sorry, I
do
was
know
drinking my
is,
tea.
it's
No,
all
so
good.
go ahead.
But you know what? I think what we will learn is how their relationship can stand up to distance.
Yeah.
So
I was
that's
just
what I'm gonna
laughing at
say.
Black Velvet.
Oh, what did you
I
say?
lost the comment, but I was oh,
Marital
marital
couch.
couch.
Oh, okay. Yeah, what I'll say is, we will know for sure how her relationship stands the test of time and distance, because
Right.
the distance, especially when they're away, people can change their mind. It
So with this
happens.
name change, do we still think that she's not going to come back sooner? We still think it's the end of January?
She did say it's still the end of January.
All right. I don't know. I mean, I'm just throwing it out there because it seems weird that she would go back to Foodie Beauty.
Not to me.
Oh, okay. Is that like a YouTube
But
point of view?
she's changed her names many many times.
Oh, this is just Lord. Well, let us know, Monty. What's your insight on it? The name
It's
change.
just what Foodie Beauty does.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
Let's see.
Blue Eye says reactor shouldn't be screaming and cussing at her. Well, it seems there's a change. There's going to be a change in the girlverse. A lot of people are wanting certain changes. A lot of changes are seeming to be happening. And
Mm-hmm. So, Monty,
hey,
tell us, what are these changes that you see that you like?
I think it might be too soon to for me to really,
Mhm.
go out on a limb and say,
Well, I'll go out there because I'm not reacting. I want to say it. Do you mind?
sure, go ahead.
Okay, so when it comes to Yo Mama, I think he got a little too big for his britches, right? He came in loud. He, disrupting things. And I don't know, I don't think he knows the lore. And as someone who also doesn't know the lore, I'm like, you you could have you could have been, I don't know, like he I saw a post where he tried to back well, I'll say he tried to apologize for something that he said to Negs about his son passing, I believe, but Negs was not having any part of it.
I did
Now
see
I don't
that.
yeah, and I know all the back and or I don't know any of the back and forth and all of that, but when it comes to Yo Mama, I feel like he's a good dude. Like he would be like a good addition to, reactors and what have you, his viewpoint and all that. I think he
Mhm.
has the interest, but I think he needs to tread a little lightly because I think he's I don't know, like he's already stepped in it a bit.
Okay. Where is it?
Well, you don't have to say too much. Yeah, but that's just what I think about it.
Um, I'm not really sure what is happening because I gotta wait and see how your
Mhm.
mama react to, I guess, to everybody. But you know what? I kept on saying the same thing. I did see your message, Mary, that Ronnie sent me a message. I will check. But what I'm gonna do is wait and see how your mama react to everybody. But I do feel the change is welcome because there's a lot of changes happening and a lot of people are changing their opinions on certain people. I do know,
Mhm.
and I've come to understand that there is an element in this community where people will dogpile you, and then the lies start
Right.
happening. Even in your mama's stream, people were commandeering Negs and DC's name and acting like them, with somebody saying the
Oh.
Negro and spelling it out in your mama's stream, acting as if they're Negs, and then somebody acting as if they're DC, saying the COON word, and I'm like, seriously.
Mhm.
But I just clicked on the name, and it's not them.
Why is it so fun to be racist? I don't get it,
It's
but
just, and that's part of the thing that I hate is when people use other people's names like that and then try and make them, smear them.
mhm.
And yeah,
Yeah, I
so
agree.
I clicked on the names. I do have what the handles are because I hate that crap. I hate the smearing thing, the making up of bullshit and lies. And
Right.
that seems to be endemic in this community. So if I see it, I'm gonna, say something because I can't stand
Yeah,
it. Yeah. Monty answers
that's
like
fair
a
enough.
politician. I,
Monty for oh,
I'm
well, no, you're in Canada. Monty for, prime minister, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to answer as fairly as possible. If I give my opinion, some certain things I will lean wholeheartedly one way. But you know what? I'm
Mhm.
gonna give people I'm gonna give certain people the benefit, right? Because there's a lot of
Right.
reaction channels, lots of clip channels, lots of commentators in the girl verse. So everybody has something to say.
Yeah, and we're all human. It was funny, I was, preparing for the winter storm that's coming.
Hmm.
And, somebody was like, "Oh," asked me a question about it. I was like, "I don't even know because it's so hard for me to watch the weather because the weatherman is a guy I went to college with." So I'm like, "What is he doing telling me about the weather?" It's kinda weird. But
Hmm.
anyway, I needed to prepare for the storm, so I watched it, and he was, just giving his tips on, like, how to avoid, like, being stuck on the highways, keep extra blanket in your car, things like that. So, at the end, he was like, "Yep, and I do this too because I'm human as well." And I was like, "Yeah, I know." Just kind of like we're all just people, right? So we're
Hmm.
doing the best we can with what we have.
Yep,
Hey,
exactly.
D-Rob.
Hey there, Rob. What's up? How you doing? All right. Once again, everybody, if you're just coming in, smash that like button. If you wanna come on panel, then send me a message on Twitter or Instagram. I'll get your message and I'll send you a link. Black Veil's like, anyone miss it? Miss what exactly? Let me scroll up and see what you're talking about. Other than that, a lot of mixed feelings on Yo Mama. I get it, I understand a lot of everybody has their opinion on everybody else in this community. I get it.
Yeah.
I totally do. Everybody has an opinion on everybody else, but you know what? We share the same space. I'd rather us all get along, but some certain people have done certain things that that have gone IRL, and you just it's just gone too far. So I think certain things needs to be cleared up. I think the space needs to be
Hmm.
cleared out and whatnot.
Uh,
Yeah. So yeah, I'm here for a change. So
right.
the interview, I didn't watch Peetz's trivia because trivia is very hard to commentate and react to because it already has a question and answer element to it. So whenever
Right.
he did the Tuesday night trivia, I was like, it was like 3 hours. I'm like, why is he always doing these like 3 hour streams?
Because he
Uh,
needs friends, Monty, like all of us, right?
yeah.
Hanging out together. Yeah.
But yeah, it was like nearly 3.5 hours. I'm like, oh, MG. It's like night after night.
I
That's
never
like
watched his
half of your
trivia.
shift.
I don't. Yeah. That's the thing. Oh, don't get me started from the money aspect of like what he's doing, but don't get me started. That's one thing I like about Yo Mama is when I went to his page. First of all, he learned from those trolls, huh? Because you have to subscribe to even comment, and he's so inflammatory. It's like, okay, you want to subscribe so you can say something. So I'm like, that's a good point. And then also, or a good thing that he did, but he has it to where you can see his member content. You
Uh-huh.
don't get to click on it and see anything until you become a member, but it's like and in other parts of YouTube, it's like I don't even know who has a membership, let alone what the member like. Because I wanted a couple of gift memberships. I'm like, oh, I didn't even know it was this whole other section to it that is hidden unless you're actually a member. So like when you're talking about the giveaways and it's on the community tab, nobody can even like go check it out to see.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know who does the thinking over YouTube, but we gotta have a talk. Cause I'm like, that's beside the point. But anyway, go ahead, Monty.
No, you're making good points here about stuff. I mean, yeah, I think so as well. There's some changes
Mhm,
in YouTube, like you can have, I think, forgot what it was like in some sort of like intro, like you have like an intro reel to your live streams now. I saw a channel do
mhm.
that, so I might
Yeah,
look
it's
into that
nice.
some more. Yeah, there's a lot of
Mhm.
changes coming to YouTube
And they'll probably give
lately.
you a minute to send out like the "Hey, I'm live" text and stuff because a lot of people do that. Where it's like you do it, but then like some people have it where it's maybe like 15 minutes. You know that you have 15 minutes, and they'll even be talking to you or like talking to us as chat while they're getting ready. Because I watch a lady that does that.
Yeah, yeah, a lot of people are doing that because the notification system is a bit flawed with YouTube, so a
It
lot of people
sucks. It's
right
so
now
bad.
it does. Another
Yeah.
thing I wanted to say, give me a second here. People are messaging me on Twitter, Instagram. Another thing I wanted to say is, how has what's changed with the Murad situation? We don't have Timberly here because I don't really keep up unless it comes across, my desk,
Mhm.
verbally speaking. But I have no idea. It's just like people were talking about Murad. I think Foodie Beauty talked about it yesterday, but not much else. Yeah.
I was a little confused on who he actually is because I know people were throwing out speculation. I won't repeat that, just out of
Mhm.
respect. But do we know who he is?
Well, Foodie Beauty said it was Salah's friend, and
Okay,
that's
so
about
he's a
it.
friend.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Oh, I
someone.
don't really have a comment. I don't know. Yeah, I yeah, I have no idea what's going on with him because I don't follow foodie, so I don't follow any of the extra people or not him. Hey, Abby and Jen, Jessica.
Oh, most people are saying no to Foodie Beauty's latest community post. It says that what she wants to do is, well, let me put this up because this is another avenue of improvement. Because We've talked about this a few times.
Okay.
Let me share my screen because yeah, this is important. So let me do this and do that. And she said 10 hours ago, okay, members, I feel like maybe it's time for me to do open chats and offer a different kind of perk for members, like say a weekly money draw for members only. Give back a bit to my community. I will also do members chats once a week, and we will go put and do something fun for the stream, and only members will be able to watch and participate. As for members, would you be interested in these changes? Thanks for your input. And we have 2.6k votes. I'll just randomly select something. Maybe yes. So it's at 16% yes, 84% no. Okay.
Ooh,
I mean, most people are voting no because every other time she's had any type of member stuff, what has happened?
that's true.
She
I'm
has
still waiting on
never,
my postcard.
yeah, like your postcard has never come, your coffee, to Lambo
Mhm.
with her magnets. Shit, her uncle is still waiting for his what was it? Was this his scotch or whiskey that she had from last Christmas and she drank it? And then the Toblerone and the turtles, she bought Christmas presents and then she ate and drank them. I'm like, this is why most people are saying no.
Oh my goodness.
And the 1K membership giveaway, it she still hasn't given anything away when she was supposed to do a celebration for having 1,000 members. Not 1,000 members, 1,000 subs. My apologies.
Okay. But I mean, she's at how many or how many subs now?
She is at nearly 100K, so it's like 93 and
Okay.
94. So it's pretty
Okay.
good, but there's a reason why most people are saying no because they're sick of the whole membership stuff and then not following through.
Right. I mean, I certainly wouldn't give her any money, but to each their own.
Yeah, yeah, a lot of people are having that issue, especially when
Mhm.
she wanted to do the whole Patreon thing, then OnlyFans thing. A lot of people are like no because she didn't go through with any other membership stuff that she said that she would go through with. And then a lot of times people kept on bringing it up and then she would just ignore them. So hopefully there is a change and then she
Mhm.
will she will do what she says she'll do. But there's a reason for everything. Let's just put it that way. Why most people are doing. Flordea is like your mama's father is straight up fine.
For day. Did
Okay,
y'all? Oh, I was about to say something messy. I don't want to do
go
that.
ahead, say it.
Did you see his hairline? The way it's kind of like spray painted on.
Who
Your mama.
is hairline spray painted on?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
that isn't that
Um,
what they do these days? They'll spray paint it on. That's the thing, though.
Monty. Mm-mm. I prefer like you were talking about lot.
All right. Hey, yeah, oh,
Oh,
that's his dad looking like Denzel.
yeah.
Is that Denzel
Oh,
Washington?
I can't stand. Well, Denzel reminds me of my uncle. So,
You
but
can't what? You
anyway,
can't stand Denzel.
my uncle had his issues. So, I mean, and Denzel in Training Day, I felt like that was I don't know. I'm, he just made me feel some things about his work. But yeah, Denzel.
Okay. Well, that's what people are doing now. People are spraying on the lineups.
No, well, when you mentioned getting locks, I like the locks. Yeah, I like locks, like on a guy, or maybe
Mm.
just like I don't know, not that I don't know, not spray paint.
But that's what
Yeah,
people are
yeah.
doing now. They're putting on the spray paint on.
Okay.
You've seen that before, or you're saying no,
I've
you
seen
haven't seen it.
I've seen it before. Maybe that's just not the style here in St. Louis. Because like
Maybe it's
people
not.
don't like it's a lot of locks around here. So it's a lot of natural
Okay.
styles. Yeah, so that's I'm sorry. Yeah, like that's not like people like I don't know, you get roasted.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
You
people
get
yeah,
roasted if
guys
you're
don't
straight on.
yeah. Like a man would probably texturize his hair before he would like spray paint it here.
Okay. But I'm just
Mhm.
saying, it's like a lot of dudes are doing it like that, where they want that crisp line.
All
So
right,
they'll
Monty, when you come in with your spray painted hairline, I won't
I
say
am
anything.
I am not coming in with any spray paint in my hair. Remember, like the 80s, early 90s, people used to use shoe polish in their hair.
Well, I've heard about that, but that's when I was born. So, how old are you?
Yeah, the 80s, 90s, they were using the shoe
Oh,
polish
I
in
don't
their hair.
remember that. Yeah,
Hmm. Yeah,
like
uh,
grease, not shoe polish, but you mean
like
hair grease.
literal shoe polish. No, like
Oh,
they were
mm,
supposed to use, like something to blacken their hair,
was it
but people like
petroleum?
I don't even know. I just remember my cousin kept on putting shoe polish in his hair to give that like light
Um,
brown effect. Because when the shoe polish
okay.
dries up, right,
Mhm.
it looks more natural than it does when it's wet. So when it's dried onto the hair, it gives a certain look, like it gives
Was
a
this when you were
browning
in
effect.
Florida? Where were you
Uh,
at when you were doing this? Was
this
it
was
Bahamas?
when I was in Jamaica,
Oh,
and
Jamaica. Sorry. FTX dude is in the Bahamas. So I gotta get my island straight.
yeah,
Oh,
you
in
do.
Jamaica?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. So okay, should I let me? Okay, wait a second. Shoe polish in here. This was like the whole kid and play days with the shoe polish in the hair.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe hey, Chad, help me out. Is this me or what? Is this a
I'm not saying to do it. I'm just saying, people used to do that stuff.
okay.
People do all sorts of stuff. Come on.
That's true.
All right. Anyways, let's change the conversation. Let's change the topic
Okay.
first. All right. All right. So,
Back to yeah.
let's go back. Let's do something else. Okay, y'all can have Idris, and you'll take Shamar Moore. Oh, you still into Shamar Moore?
Mm.
Okay, Idris Elba. Yeah. All right. Denzel.
Shamar
Who
Moore,
else?
didn't he like confirm some
Did he what?
things? Maybe not. Never mind. I don't know.
Okay. And who else is there? Who about that guy from the movie Fighting, and he was Killmonger
The
from
movie fighting Killmonger.
he
Oh,
was
you
he was
talking about
Killmonger.
Wakanda
Yes,
or
Michael B. Jordan.
yeah.
Yeah, see, you guys
Yeah.
like
Mhm.
Michael B. Jordan and everything.
I mean, as the character, maybe. I don't know. I have different taste in men, so
Okay.
yeah.
All right. All right, we changing the conversation again.
I mean, no, like I think I like was it M'Baku or
Oh
the
yeah,
warrior
what
nation?
up?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mbaku is hilarious. Okay, so what, you like the
Yeah.
guys big and bulky? Winston Duke is
Um,
the guy. Winston Duke.
I liked his energy more. I don't know how to describe it. I'm an energy vibes kind of person. So it's not
Okay.
really his look or whatever, but I just had a different energy. Like I understood where Killmonger's character was coming from, but I guess spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't seen the movie, but there's a section when he like double crosses some people. And I mean, I was with him when he was just like, for the black people and getting what it was due to him, his like right to the throne and stuff. But it's like you can be nice about it, can't we? I don't know. I just felt like that was
Mhm.
a little mean.
Okay.
Yeah, Abby, you feel me?
All right. I feel you. All right. So
Mm-hmm.
people are
Oh,
like
thank you,
dressed up
Monty.
in Lenny Kravitz. All right. I feel that. Beantown
Mm-hmm.
Girls like METHOD, man. All right. All right. Yeah. Mbaku is a good character. I really like that character. The guy's
Mm-hmm.
from Trinidad and Tobago, by the way.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah. He's, yeah, a real good actor. All right. Other than that, I mean, like I said, time will tell. Foodie Beauty is saying she wants to change. She is changing. She has changed. Time will tell. Also, we will figure out how they factor in the distance thing once she comes back
Mm-hmm.
to Canada and she has to stay here. So we'll definitely figure that out as well. What was the other thing? I think that's about it. I thought like the conversation with DC and Negs was good. I mean, I'm sure she
Okay.
can come back and answer more pressing questions if she wants. But then again,
Yeah, I was
she
gonna
she
say I heard it was a bit of a softball interview.
you could call it that, but you could also call it a conversation where, she's telling people she wants to be private. She wants to be more private because her life has been open, and then people are accustomed or expecting, all the juicy details of her life, and she just doesn't want to answer. So
No
should
more tea
we?
to be spilled.
Yeah, so we
Got
should
it.
we respect that she wants to now, close that door and have more privacy.
Of course. What do you mean? Is that a question? Should we respect her? Yes.
Hmm. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much what she's asking for. So, if she's expecting for privacy, I'm sure that a lot of these deep, hard, pressing questions that people want answered, like proof of for marriage, proof of
Hmm.
this, proof of that. It's like she doesn't
He's
want to
letting us
answer.
know it's no longer our business. He's
Yeah,
making it not our business.
yeah. Hey, YTR, if you want to come up, you can come up. Um, I can give you the link. Just give me a message on Twitter or Instagram.
Yeah. How long do you usually like these to go? Because I think
However
maybe an
long.
hour and a half. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
like an
Yeah.
hour and a half. Like maybe is a
It's
good
like two
time.
hours pushing it. Yeah. What
Yeah.
you are? Get up there. We still got 30 minutes.
So if YTR, if you want to come up for a little bit, yeah, you're more than welcome. You can say your piece. Yeah, it's okay. I already messaged you on Twitter. I found you, so I sent you the link. So anytime you want to come up, come on up. Uh, am I gonna cover the interview? Well, I think I'm covering it right now. Just speaking in general, like I said, I personally didn't have a issue with the interview because I can kind of understand that she's asking more for privacy. So the juicy detail questions will just not be asked.
Hmm.
So that's just
I
my
mean, that's
understanding, my
understandable.
take. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
I think maybe now people should maybe kind of offer to her suggestions on how she can improve her content. Like I was in Erie's chat and it was really hmm, it was really rough. And I think what it is that like here it didn't feel the same because we're like like I was chatting and it was different, right? It's a different feel. It was much lighter. And there it was much heavier. And I could really tell like those added gun sounds and everything, like it was really triggering for people.
Yeah.
And I
Right.
think those are yeah, those are the kind of things that I think because we're so light and fun over here, and DLF is such a goofball in a sense, even though it was just weird to where I didn't even notice how bad it was, um, until I was there and it was like kind of targeted in on. So I think those are the kind of things like, hey, Foodie, if you're listening, like let's be more respectful of those kind of things. Like that's gonna be what people want to see in you, like the change that people want to see. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, we got YTR at the back. You can turn off your camera right now if you want to. YTR, I'm gonna add you right now. I totally understand. Like every chat or channel has its own vibe, right? Like my vibe
Mhm.
on my channel is something. You go into somebody else's channel, it's gonna be different because the channel operator, which is me or anybody else, they're the ones who pretty much dictates what the atmosphere is. Because if I'm super serious and angry and upset, then I'm gonna attract that, right, in people. Because some people don't like this type of attitude I might have towards certain things. Other people are like, yeah, this is pretty cool, I'm gonna hang around. Hey, Reaper girl. So it really all depends. YTR, what's up?
Hi,
How you doing?
I'm
Hello.
good. Hi, how are you?
Welcome. What do you think?
Well, it's very interesting because when I first met DC, and I say met obviously quotes because we're all online, right? But I've
Hmm.
Right.
associated with her for a while, and it's so funny because when I first met her, we are flipped now. In the very beginning, I was like, obviously, I was, and this is quite some time ago, by the way. So it's going to be funny to people because I the way I cover foodie now is so different. But in the beginning, yeah, I did wonder, okay, why are people so intrusive and so extreme with her? Then after watching foodie, it's like I realized just all the stuff that she does, and I realized why she elicits such emotion with people. However, I do agree with the conversation to be had about just the extreme, right? People going IRL, people not letting her have any privacy, not treating her like a person. Um,
Hmm.
I,
Mhm.
I know Amber Lynn got a lot of heat for saying dehumanized, but to be honest, I do see that. And I do see it with a lot of
Yeah.
public figures, and I do see it with people that have channels. Monty's dealt with harassment. I've dealt with harassment. We're not even as big as Foodie. DC and Negs dealt with a lot of harassment. So they empathize on a level, it gives you perspective where it makes you
Right.
empathize after going through that. It does change, uh, it does make you gain perspective. However, there's
Hmm.
some things Foodie's done, like the whole pumped up kids thing. I can't forgive
Oh,
her for that because she's at the museum and then she's talking about this tragedy, right? Okay, cool. Fine to feel
right.
empathy there. But it's like, how can you make fun of, and yeah, she's drunk, whatever. In my opinion, I can't forgive it. I used to party or whatever. There, it's no way I've ever said anything like that. It's just not
No,
an excuse. But sorry, I just went on a little rant. But
No, I can respect that. You have an issue with that.
yeah, well, it's
I'm sure
about
a lot of people
children.
will.
It's
Yeah.
about children, like, and there's things she's done. I do think, yes, if someone's obviously, if they're trying to change, that's something to keep note of.
mhm,
Obviously it's better somebody to change than not to, right, when they should be changing. But
right,
we'll see what happens, because this could be a phase, this could be temporary. And
mhm,
Foodie could have lived, here's what gets me, Foodie could have lived more conservative in Canada. I know for a fact that exists everywhere. And I'm not saying it is in politics, but I'm saying just a lifestyle of, like, no substances, dressing more modest. She could have done all these things and she never
of
did. So
course.
I'm just like, okay, it takes all these extremes.
Yeah.
So it's just, I don't know. It's
But that's the
interesting.
thing that she's and that's like I've seen this. Well, I've seen this section or this part of Foodie Beauty in real life. Like once somebody reverts, they go from like wherever they were, like all the way to being like super super religious and conservative and everything.
Yeah,
And
I've
with
seen it
yeah,
too. hmm Especially if someone's trying to kick addiction. I do,
mm-hmm,
and look, if it takes that to, if they feel like they found spirituality and it helps them, great. It's just, I wonder if this is long term or not. We'll see. And I will say, I do
right,
not agree with people going those extreme routes ever. I've always said, even though I can be a little petty when I cover her, I always tell people, you're not going to see me in her chats. You're not going to see me involving myself or back and forth or in her comments, because I just don't agree with the way people go about it. And we've
right.
seen,
And you
yeah, we've seen what happens when that happens, right? The back and forth. Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, no, I was just gonna offer like my insight from a viewer standpoint, because you don't realize like the humanity, you don't really see that when all the time, like in celebrities and everything, right?
Mhm.
And until I thought I was gonna be a reactor, and I googled myself and I saw how people were doxxed in like real life, see, the information and how it unravels and, see people and how the problems, the issues in their lives are playing out on screen since they've jumped from chat to the screen. I was like, oh wow, this is scary. Like it puts
Yeah.
it into perspective and you don't realize it until you put yourself in those shoes. And I think most people don't ever do that. So
Oh,
I
yeah,
can
for
kind of
sure.
yeah, I can kind of see where foodie is in that sense. And that's where I'm, with the respect, like Mary, I see you where you were like, respect is earned and whomever else, because remember I'm focused on breathing. But I also feel like like as just a human being, there is a base level of respect that, everybody should, just deserves. And yeah, like if I encounter somebody and I feel like I can't give that, then I don't interact.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree with that. And at the end of the day, it's like people contradict themselves. They say, "Oh, she's only entertainment for me." Well, no, she's not, because when I see your handle going around poking the bear and instigating, and then you get mad when the bear bites your ass back, then no, she's not just entertainment for you. I think, well, not you guys, but I'm saying in general, when people say that,
Right.
I really do think we do need to view it that way when it comes to viewing the content, as like separating emotionally, separating from that, not expecting somebody to do what you want, to say what you want, et cetera, et cetera. For me, with her, the biggest problem I have are the really big no-nos that she did. When she did the, the salute, y'all know what I'm referring to, and when she did the pumped
Mm,
up kids thing, and when she did the Cuba Rage, those things for me, it's like I'm gonna need to see this person. Like, look, if Foodie actually does improve, change, and she doesn't do things like that anymore, that's great. Um, but we'll see in time, because those things to me are worse than her just popping off to reaction channels. Those things showed
right.
her worldview, they showed her ignorance, and showed just such an ugly side, where if she's just popping at reaction channels, honestly, and this isn't really popular, I really couldn't care less, because if you're going to talk crap on somebody, they can retort back, in my opinion, as long as it doesn't go, like I said, the extremes. The problem is this community's gotten very extreme. There's been too many doxing, too much in real life. It would be nice if it could just be banter and that's it, but it never goes that way. So what do we do to fix it? I don't know, because the community is so wild right now.
Start
Well, I think
over.
one thing. No, Monty. I
Yeah,
think one thing you can do is realize that everybody doesn't have the same style. They don't have the same voice. And just because somebody's reacting on something a certain kind of way or at a certain time doesn't mean that you can't have your time and say what you want to say about it too.
right. Yeah. Monty, theoretically, if you could do the start over hard reset button, you got the big red button, what would that look like?
I don't know. It depends when the flames fan out.
Oh my God. You can't say hard
Depends on what it
reset.
looks like.
You just-
It's like
oh
that
my
Batman story that was told. Remember, I keep saying the Batman story that Alfred
Which
told about
Batman
the
is
guy.
this?
It was the was it is it Nolan Batman? Let me get this right. Yes, Nolan Batman. It was the
Okay.
second of the three part where Alfred told a story about the guy who was stealing from like the caravan of like gems, but then they'll later find the gems in like the jungle. Because he would steal from the caravan and then he would just throw the gems away and they didn't understand why. And then they're
Mhm.
like, that's because some men just want to watch the world burn.
Here's the thing though, is like, that's the crazy part about this community, because before there was a certain unspoken etiquette between the reaction channels, where they left each other alone and they respected each other. They understood we're all different, we all don't always agree, but they didn't get like this. But the thing
Hmm.
is,
Mhm.
that just didn't, I think, when
Well, I don't see
people
why it's
that didn't
more of
last.
like
Hmm?
yeah, I don't see why it's not more of like a jokey kind of lighthearted thing about it. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Oh, they
yeah, you
don't
could
do
talk
that
about it.
though. I mean,
I know,
I,
but you don't have to be so
I,
vicious.
no, they
Like,
don't
not
handle it
y'all,
well
but
enough. Like, I've tried
like,
that. I've tried that with people. It doesn't work.
oh, okay.
You know
Like, I
what?
don't want to say anything. Yeah.
What
No,
happened
I
was
understand what you're saying, Edna,
one or two
because I
people
get that.
one or two people
Mhm.
decided to cross the line and start making videos about other reaction channels rather than
Yeah.
staying in their lane, and now this is the end result.
And I'm not going to
Mm,
say I'm not part of it, because I've criticized a couple of people, but they take it so personal that it just is like, okay, never mind. I'm just
yeah.
not even
Oh,
gonna, you know.
Yeah, I was just thinking I could use this example because I was like, I can't use any real names here. But it was like Eminem and Christina Aguilera. How do we remember how that beat started? Okay, so apparently, um, Eminem, it was something that was going on with his like baby's mother at the time, and
Hmm.
child's mother, and just like them getting back and forth, whatever drama they were going on. And Christina Aguilera commented on it on like a show or interview, something like that. So then he put it into his song, and then it just kept going back and forth.
No balls.
You, yeah, and I'm just like, well, I get, now looking back, and we can look at the interactions from like a space of what 10 20 years. It's a little different, but it's like, yeah, everyone's feelings get hurt, but maybe you can just like take a deep breath and get over it.
It's hard though because
Yeah,
sometimes
I know.
look, sometimes you're just minding your own business and then some people start saying stuff and you might think, okay, I want to defend myself. And then it just,
Mhm.
so like I've been on both ends of it. I think, I don't know, like I don't mind people commentating on things. It just gets so ugly so quickly and it turns personal. And I just wish that didn't happen. Heck, Monty saw your mama was salty at me because I criticized him. He came in the chat saying stuff. And I was like, dude, I never talked to you. I criticized something on my own channel. Didn't even know you knew I existed. But that's
Right.
the thing. It's like I didn't start it to get a reaction from him. There are some channels that do that on purpose, but I
Oh.
forget that some people know I exist that I wouldn't think.
Mhm.
So I'll think I'm just shooting it with my chat and say something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've
That's
gotten
what's
better at it, I guess, as time's
but
gone
that's the
on.
thing.
Work
You get up here, you get to talking, you forget you're talking to hundreds of people.
on. I don't know. My channel's really small. I don't even get
Oh,
views that people. I
well,
get a
I mean, we're
couple
on
hundred,
Monty's
like
now.
300, and but I don't get those views in real time. I get probably
Mhm.
like anywhere from 30 to 50 at a pop, usually in chat. But then I get the replay, and then I get people lurking, which is totally cool and fine. I love that. But then I'm
Mhm.
like, look, when I
They'll
critique anyone,
subscribe,
it's
right?
not malicious. It's not a malicious thing, but
Yeah.
he was a little hurt. His ego, he needs a hug or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
I'm
men
just
have
kidding.
feelings too.
See, that's the
But no,
problem. I
I
make
think
a
that
joke and then, oops.
yeah, but no, I think that's another thing is that we think because someone's a certain age or because they're a certain gender or what have you, that they're not human and their feelings don't get hurt. But
Yeah.
they do.
Well, mostly I popped off about the part where he said that um, I said that Breezy, no. He said Breezy shouldn't have gone to the police. And I said, when I reacted to it, I said, look, this community is full of women. Like, you should not say things like that. You don't know what people are going through. Most women in these chats have talked about having abusive exes, X, Y, and Z. You don't want to put it out there for people to be like, oh, don't go to authorities if something's wrong, because anyway, that's just my perspective is different, but I was criticizing
Um,
that more than
but
anything.
that's valid. Yeah. If you need help, that's what the authorities are there
And they
for.
have, he said, oh, you took away from this going on, that going on. They have desk people, like cops do different things, so you could
Mhm.
say, oh, it's wasted resources because it's crazy internet crap, and I can understand that point of view, but I also am like, okay, but how many times are people said not to do something and someone could get hurt? So it's like, I don't know, they're the authorities, they'll figure it out what level
Right.
importance it is. But anyways,
Mhm.
not
Yeah, no,
maybe
I
about
think that's
that,
an
but
important point because that's one thing that I'm seeing more and more is that I guess maybe my threshold for what's unhealthy and what's kind of dangerous is a lot lower than other people. But I see things and I'm like, oh my goodness, I want nothing to do with that.
mhm.
And they're like, "Oh, that's not a big deal, like, someone's raising their voice or whatever." I'm like, "Well, how do you think this turns into a triggering situation with a
Yeah,
raised voice, with
exactly.
aggression, with whatever?" And I mean, when we're watching this on TV or whatever, at a distance, that's different, or YouTube, excuse me. But in my real life, I'm not dealing with that kind of nonsense. You talk to me, and you don't even have to raise your voice. If you're not my friend, that's cool. You don't have to F with me, but I'm not going to just be like, hi, bye, like phony in your face. Like, there's plenty of people around to interact with and to hang out with. Like, I'm with the people who are with me, right? And I
Mhm.
think that's just, what it comes down to. And it's like, why put up with a bunch of like unhealthy foolishness, whatever? Like, that's just breathing and garlic. Like, you're on the internet. Stop, stop sending messages.
Well,
Block.
I think people get very, yeah, there's a block button for a reason. And I think people should
Yeah.
use it more. I do. But yeah, also back to the foodie thing. The other thing is I see people complaining of the toxicity and they won't let it go. It's like we're all adults here. If people can't handle the weird thing is they're complaining now when okay, you were fine with CPAP rescue and all this. I think a lot of people are butthurt because it's not as toxic now, to be frank with you. And
Well,
the
I
thing
think
is,
it's toxic in a different way.
yeah, well, there's concerns. I wanted to talk about in the interview. They were kind of lumping people together and kind of acting like all criticisms hate. You know, there is a conversation to be had about this man's already gotten a lot of things in a short amount of time. And is this genuine? Is this not somebody traveling far away on their own? Just a woman traveling so far away can be dangerous. People get caught up on, oh, you're this, you're that because of where he lives.
No,
But no,
yeah,
the
YTR.
conversation is she's traveling so far, and this man, they don't know each other so well still. Sorry, go ahead. I'm just I don't know. I
Oh,
feel like it's
no,
not hateful
yeah,
to raise an eyebrow
no,
about
not
the
at all.
situation.
I 100% agree. And I was just gonna offer that there was just a story of a that I watched the news on YouTube. So I saw a story of a woman in St. Louis who I believe she had dual Palestinian and U.S. Citizenship, and she was crossing with her family to a religious site in Israel, and she got denied at the border because of her dual citizenship. They were saying that her Palestinian passport or rights or whatever superseded her American, and she's with her family. And I guess she was the only one, and so she tried to cross another time, or maybe it was like two or three times that she crossed, but eventually they were like, okay, you think we're playing, we're going to detain you. And she
No.
was held for a few days. Like, she was on the news here, right? So it was getting national, or well, not national but local attention over here. And I think they said some other agency was aware, and we're in talks. But this is not for play. Like, this could really affect you. Like Monty was talking about, the whole Natter potentially with like revenge. I don't even know the correct terminology, but whatever,
Mhm.
he was showing the pictures and how it could be inappropriate and laying him even more trouble when he's in the middle of trouble.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
isn't
I
light
think
stuff. Yeah,
with that too, people were debating, oh, is it not? You don't have to show every little bit for it to be that an intent does matter. So
exactly.
and he's charged
And it's
for the
enough.
type of charges he has already, I think it would maybe add to add to it. Then again, I don't know Canada law, but when it comes to that sort of thing with American, like the American law equivalent, it doesn't have to be someone's literal like bit. Like if it's like that's clearly a nude and he showed
Yeah.
it with the intent. So yeah, I mean it could be. But yeah,
Mhm.
I just worry too because it's like I mean, yeah, people can meet and it can go quick, but it's just I mean, right after the whole fiasco with Nader and
Sorry, I don't think you're connecting with people that
hmm?
quick. Like, I don't think she's connected to this man that quickly.
Yeah, it's very I don't know. It's like she's like if you know, you know, but I feel like that kind of applies more in person when you have time with someone in person, you can maybe hang out a lot more and you kind of know their life. Even
Hmm.
then then again I'm not one to do that, so I'm always going to be more raise a brow to it, but I could understand if you meet someone in real life and feel that way, but it's like I don't know, it's she doesn't see the red flags, like, and I'm not saying red flags mean for sure this person's bad, but when there's red flags and people bring them up to
We
you,
should say stop signs, right? Like if we're just
yeah,
driving down the street and for safety, we have to stop at some point. We just can't keep going, you know,
yeah,
like you know what I mean? Just can't keep going. You have to stop. So I just think maybe these are stop signs, not necessarily,
hmm
cautious red flags, but she just need to pause and reassess. And there's been no time for that. I
yeah,
don't understand because I get her being, possibly having butterflies and being infatuated. Like, cool, but girl, you're a grown woman.
yes. And
You
he told
yeah.
her he had a nice place and all this, and it's not about how someone lives. It's about, did he lie to her or did she lie to us? Because if he tried to make it sound like he was more stable, that would be a red flag because she gets there and he's not. She doesn't understand this stuff. It's like that would be a cause for concern if someone's acting like their lifestyle is different and then you get there and things look differently. It's not about, oh, all people do is house shame and this, that, and the other. It's about, hey, either you lied in your presentation to us because you knew people were going to speculate, or
Mhm.
he kind of exaggerated to you, which in any relationship starting out that way would be a red flag. So it's
That's
like
very
whether
true.
he lied to her or whether she lied to us, that's not a great way to start something. But again, she does overshare. She's talking about she wants to have more privacy. Great girl, do it. You know, we already
Mhm.
know too much about all this because she overshared. We already knew too much about the Nader situation because she overshared.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
know now his friend's name, which everyone was trying to figure out who this person is. I think he's just a friend. I don't think it's that deep. I think everyone's just going to try
Mhm.
and dox the person now. He probably is already, unfortunately, which I mean, that's not right. I don't think people
Mhm.
on the outside should be. Um, but it's like, but the other thing is they get to reaction channels and they say they always speak like we're all the same. I mean, yeah, I've said some things where I've made some jokes, maybe a little, when I called her ham taro and stuff like that. But at the end of the
Wait,
day,
what's
it's
the
like,
pyro?
I don't know which, well, because she's always wearing the color ham, and I call,
Oh,
so
the
I'm,
character pyro. Oh, okay, gotcha.
I'll make
Yeah.
little jokes or whatever, and sometimes I'll
Mhm.
I'll make jokes that I
Funny.
could see how she wouldn't like it, but I try and keep it at least funny when I do reactions, just because it's
Mhm.
like I try to
I
make it
mean,
seem
I'm
like this is
sorry. At
entertainment,
400
not
pounds, you
serious.
don't. I'm just like at 400 pounds, you don't have some kind of sense of humor about your size.
Well, she
Like I don't
does. I
know.
mean, she jokes about it,
Yeah.
but if anyone else does, it's a problem, I
Mhm.
guess. But
Because people will always call me like pumpkin, and like
really,
okay. Well, I was fat.
you better
I
not
mean,
in
I'm
real
still
life,
fat,
though.
but
I mean, look, it's
no,
one thing
no. I'm talking real life. I mean, but they
they
would be
do.
sweet. I'm just a plump little girl. They was. I don't.
Oh
I
my god!
mean, but I
See,
mean, people are ruthless. So I
see,
don't know. Like it wouldn't be
I wouldn't do that
mean.
in person. I
But your
wouldn't.
family doesn't call. You don't call people fat when they fat.
Hell no, not in real life. I mean, and
Oh.
that's where I'm saying, like, being a public figure, there will be things that happen. But I mean, I'll be like, oh, you're thick. I'll be nice about it. You know what I mean? I'm not
Mhm.
gonna be like, you're fat AF. You know,
Not fat, but I
not
mean,
you,
they
not
were
you, but I'd
they
be
would
too
say things
cool.
to allude to my size,
Yeah.
but it's just like not a bad, I don't know. It's just
I know what you mean, though. You have a sense of
uh,
humor. You're not offended. They're doing it in an endearing way. So I can see that.
yeah, it's
But
like a
I'm
term of
definitely more
yeah.
delicate about it is better than not.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I don't know. I'm pretty not. That's why I'm like, if people see my reactions, they like, I don't know, when I know people that are big in real life and I don't say, oh, you're a ham planet. Like, I don't say that to people in my real life. I said to
Oh,
Chantel because,
hey
well,
girl.
like I said, when she did Pumped Up Kids, she really pissed me off.
Well, that's a
So
different story.
I'm
That
a
you're
little
not.
bit more mad at her. So,
Yeah.
but say
Mhm.
Foodie, theoretically, say Foodie went and she does get her things together, and I mean, I have no problem because I've covered other people in the past. I'll find something else.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's with me as well. I don't have an issue if she improves herself and she's going the same way as Sagittarius showed it, where there's major improvements in her life and people don't want to react to her anymore. Good for her. There's always tons of other people to react to. I don't see what the problem is. Some people will be freaking out like, oh my god, what am I going to do now? Well, don't react to just one person then.
Yeah, it can be hard though, because I had my other person and then she got yeeted yet again. So it's like sometimes it's kind of hard
What was
when
this?
you're
the other
MFW.
person.
I,
Oh
I,
yeah.
I found
Oh,
her Twitch channel and I was like, okay, we're bringing her back. And
But
I,
MFW
what
will
about
always
Lachini?
she'll
huh?
always be around.
Yeah. I
MFW.
just gotta find. She does have Instagram. Maybe she'll go back to doing the Instagram lives because she had gotten
Mm.
muted from YouTube many times. But then she decided to hop to Twitch. But her Twitch got yeeted because she did that whole drunken rant. She did her own Cuba Bees in Indiana.
Oh
That's what she
wow.
did. She said some.
Yeah.
Did you hear that, Monty? Oh my.
I did hear it. I didn't react to it, but I think I saw that you reacted to it plus other people
Oh
because it
yeah.
was like at like 3 or 4 a.m. in the morning, like a couple days
Yeah, it
ago.
was really. I was late to the party, but I did it. I had to talk about it.
Okay. Well, I guess there's always people to react to. You just gotta
Yeah.
find, whoever you want to react to and continue.
Yeah. But we're kind of on the waiting game. I still react to what she's doing, Chantel's doing in Kuwait. I know some people find it boring, but I mean, I don't know. I found her in her kitchen all the time boring too. So it's like, it doesn't hurt to see some different things. It's just different type of content. And it's
Yeah.
not what people were used to. She was always, you were saying this earlier, Monty, and I thought, yeah, that's so right, because she was always upping the ante with her content, upping herself. And when someone does that, it's eventually there's not going to be anything else they could do. Right.
Yeah. They're either gonna burn out, get arrested, or the channel gets removed. It
Yeah.
always
Mm.
happens with reactors when they have to keep upping the ante and their outrageousness and the shock value.
Yeah.
Or they will not, none of those will happen. Like they either may burn out or may not. Their channel may get yeeted or not, or they may get arrested, or they could just, people will start saying, "Oh, you're boring, you're boring, you're boring,"
Hmm.
because they're so accustomed to like the high energy antics all the time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Foodie swerved a couple of those scenarios. It could have been possible. And she kind of swerved it. And I will say this about her, even when she loses people temporarily, whatever, she just keeps on going. And she keeps doing whatever she feels like she wants to do. So I don't think she's ever going to get like yeeted or any of that. I mean, we all saw she got her channel back and then came back and whatever. So, but
Yeah.
Right.
I do think like some people will just fall off as they do. I'm just seeing what happens. I'm curious to see when she goes back, is she going to keep on the straight and narrow, or is she going to, when MFW was going through her court stuff, I actually did ease up on covering her because I thought, you know what, let's see. For some reason, I do like to see a little redemption, but it just doesn't happen much. Then she went back to her antics. I waited a little bit after that, and then she went back to her antics, and I thought, okay, but with Foodie, I guess time will tell when it comes to January. Is she going to keep on the straight and narrow, or will she revert back? Same about Peetz. And I'm still not a fan of him due to his, the cats and all this. But
Mhm.
we'll see. Is he going to cook? Is he going to take care of himself when she comes back?
Right.
And and if he doesn't, I hope he loses all those people that he got. Okay, sorry. That's just my
Well, that's your
I
opinion, right? Because everyone has an
well,
opinion
because
of
it seems
Pete's,
like
good
a
or bad.
scam. Like if he got all these people because he's that I hope people wake up to what he's up to if it was all for just personal gain. But we'll see. Like I
Yeah.
said, we'll see what happens. I mean, sometimes people surprise us, right? You never know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, I have some thoughts about Pete's, but um, I don't know. Like I almost don't want to say it because then I feel like it's gonna plant the, seed in his mind or something.
Hmm.
He really won't talk about it now. But the way he skipped that question on child support and the way he wants to be a woman, there's a story, there's more than there's something there. And he's not sharing.
No.
I think, yeah. And do we know the background of his father and like his upbringing with like his parents?
I just know
He
he's not close.
said that his father lives out west in Manitoba. What were you gonna say, YTR?
Oh, I said we just know he's not very close to anyone in his family, and he does not like his dad. He said that before.
Yeah, he doesn't like his dad. He doesn't give a shit about his dad. He has a brother, 41. He has a mother, and that's his family, just his brother and his mother. His dad lives out in Western Canada. He doesn't see him, and that's pretty much it.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm good when I'm on Monty's channel, but I'm not a fan of him. There's a lot of reasons. But, if he wants to be more independent, obviously that's good. That's what he should be doing. He's a grown adult.
I don't think
So,
he wants to be more independent. He's being forced to be independent right
well,
now.
that's
Because
why
what else?
I'm raising a
Yeah.
brow because he didn't choose this and everyone's acting like
Mm-hmm.
he did choose it. And I think that's the important factor that you said. He's forced to do it right now.
Yeah. Who
Hmm.
thinks he's choosing to do this? Is
Well,
that
I
what people
mean,
think?
the way people are patting his butt, I think they seem to. It's almost like they think he's a whole other person all of a sudden.
Oh no, that's not what I think. I think
No,
he's at home, like Foodie's not there. So there's nobody ordering his food for him. There's no Hello Fresh. He literally like cannot just sit in his room all day. He
yeah,
will
I
starve.
agree.
You know what I mean?
I
Like he
agree.
has to get up and do something
But
for
people are
himself.
like, "I'm so proud of you." Like, have you read his chat? Some people, and look, great, he's doing something,
People
but
need
I'm just,
encouragement. Like
yeah,
like I think it's both, right? Like I'm not saying that, people aren't supporting him and, forcing like he's being forced to take the money and all that kind of stuff. But people need, like, I'll be honest, I'm starting a little Discord. It's not a secret, but we're still just building.
oh, God
But
bless you with that endeavor.
yeah, no, it's but that's what I'm saying. Like, I want to invite people that I know understand what I like the vision I have for it before I open it up. And plus, I don't know what I'm doing, so yeah, like
Yeah.
it's coming. Anyway, and I'm doing too much talking. I mentioned that just
No,
because,
I
like,
like
part
this.
of
I'm a little hyper because
yeah,
I talked to you in chat. So if I'm a little bit hyper, I'm sorry, but
yeah.
you're always nice in chat, so it's nice to talk to you
Uh,
on the panel.
okay, you're hyper. I'm so nervous.
Um, yeah, I'm
But
usually not
okay. Let me
nervous.
focus. Let me focus. Okay. Oh, I mentioned the Discord because it's called Hearts in the Chat, right? And I want it to be a space where we can kind of just come and support each other, just be ourselves, just to be like a chill vibe, right? And one thing I was thinking is like it'd be fun to kind of have a place where we can give ourselves kudos for the things that are like small or maybe seem insignificant, or you won't like as an adult. It's like you don't get like you said, a pat for cooking for yourself, but sometimes I don't feel like doing it, and you know. It's nice
I
for
can
someone to be like, "Good
understand
job
that.
taking
Yeah.
care of yourself." Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
can
it's just something like
understand.
that. And
Yeah.
like today I went to the grocery store to prepare for the storm that's coming and stuff. And I just like, hey guys, I'm proud of myself because I'm adulting. That kind of thing.
Yeah, I get that. And I do think encouragement is good. We'll see what happens later on. Obviously, we've all hit low points in life. And so I understand like somebody that hits a low point. I just hope that even though it's coming out of being forced to do it, that him doing things will continue,
Right.
and maybe
But
getting
see, the
the
thing
self
is,
esteem to keep going. But we'll see.
mhm. And the thing is, I don't even want it to it's not even about being in a low point, right? It's just these are things that we need. These are ongoing things anyway. And that's where I was starting with like the whole atomic habits and like where my mindset is for just the new year is to change from because it's like you don't ever have to like you don't stop eating. Like you have to keep doing these things. But as things happen in life, like people might pass away or you have to prepare for an event that's coming up or whatever, if you don't have systems in place to regulate certain things, then they might get jumbled in with those other factors that come in, happy or sad, right? And that's just
Yeah.
where I'm at with trying to, get things on track or
Oh
stay
yeah, and
on track. Yeah.
I hope the Discord goes well. Get a lot of
Hmm.
mods who are chill and have clear direction to your mods, what's allowed, what's not. And have them be
Oh yeah,
ninjas. Don't have them announce
yeah.
everything they're doing.
No,
Mhm.
I so Mary, so we're good. I'm
That's
happy. I'm
good.
really excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well,
Uh,
good for you on that.
yeah, that
Mhm.
is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I heard that in Edna on panel before too, so that's fun. So I don't
Yeah,
Well,
well,
know.
thank you. And I'll let you guys know to be on my socials or something. The first event I'm envisioning is like a watch party for a Christmas story.
Oh,
So
that's
that'll
so
be on Christmas, and I'm thinking 8 o'clock my time. But I was also invited to go to my sister's for Christmas, which I'm excited. But I also just want to be at home by myself.
Oh, it's so
But
good if
it,
you go
I
though.
know. Yeah, I know. But it's cold. But
I
anyway,
know.
I'll go.
The cold
But
makes it
anyway, the
unlovable.
time is flexible. So it just depends on, like how people feel and what's yeah.
hmm All right, sounds good. Guess we'll wrap this up. If you have any closing thoughts, anything, say your piece. You have anything else,
That's
Edna?
it.
You're okay?
No, just thank you. Yeah, I'm good.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
and have a good night.
Yeah, you too, YTR.
Well, people are going to be very dramatic about this panel. Everyone's going to be on DEFCON 1 and everyone's going to be flipping out. I think, if somebody wants to have a guest on their channel and have a conversation, who am I to care? You know what I mean? It's like it's fine, and you
Olive
know,
branch.
it was entertaining to watch. And
hmm
I mean, that's the thing. I people have seen me in DC's chat and all that, but I can have a differing view than somebody that I like, and I don't get why people have a hard time with that sometimes. But for me, it's like if she wants to do this, that's you know how exciting for her channel, right? So
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's she's the one.
I
Yeah,
love that. Yeah.
yeah.
for sure. All right. Well, thank you so
Oh,
much,
also
YTR and
thank you,
Edna.
Monty.
You're welcome. You're very welcome. We'll have you back any other time. But thank you so much, everybody. Smash that like button. And I guess I'll see you over on my main channel. We're gonna do some Peetz, if that's what entertains you. If not, it's all good. I'll see you another day. But thank you so much for joining me with another MAD. I appreciate it. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye, everyone, and be safe. Happy holidays. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye.